Okay, I think we're good. Hey chat, we good? I hope we are. I'm just going to fix the audio here. I'm gonna lower it slightly, and we're gonna share the link around like we normally do. And away we go. Self-promotion. Oh. Okay. Hello everyone. So, give me a sec. I'm literally just going to make sure my window is open. Oop, and then we can start. Oh, there we go. So, I'm kind of hotboxing myself in here a little bit, which is pretty nuts. And it's pretty late sometimes. So we're doing some detailing still. Let's just check my my avatar's fine here. So, detailing more of New Home's castle, some of which you will obviously not have seen. This is all new stuff. Having a drink there. I've just literally come off VR. So, fun times. So what I'm trying to do here is just make sure all these details are done properly. I'm not so sure about edge details here, but I know I can definitely get away with something new on this. So for instance, duplicate objects. And we're going to do a trim here that goes just around the base of the door frame. About that height roughly. Or maybe a bit higher because of the rest of it. It's going to be pretty nuts in terms of scale, but we can deal with it. But yeah, the idea is to keep this trim consistent throughout. So what we'll do is we'll do that to the, then we'll separate that from there. And then delete the old one. So when we have the new one here, we can just simply take the edges and make sure they are good. Because if they're not, then we have issues. But yeah, I just had so much fun in VR. It's been a while since I've been on it, funny enough. Right, we're going to cut off these sections of wall just behind here, so they don't go through there. We're going to be really kind of meh about that and just leave it as is. It's not too bad there. With here, we're going to do the same. We're going to copy, actually no, we're going to duplicate. Like the original wall, yes it is. It's going to be a lot better in a little bit. Oh, where's... we loop cut that? Why is that not? Right, let's merge by distance. Better wall. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here at the moment with it. I'm just trying to... That's weird how that's not working, so let's just take the wall that I've got here, and we'll just bring it back, edit it slightly. The idea being that this trim will be consistent all the way around, and even if I don't see it, or even if we don't see it, there's a chance that I might change some of the angles to show it off a little bit, so I'd rather have it all modeled if possible. Okay, so there we go. So as you can see, we got the castle here. So, details that have been done. We've got all the top done with all this little detailing on. I need to do fake walls for the towers, but all the main walls are done. The back here is going to be the rock face of the cavern's edge, so we don't need to worry about that too much. I was busy before doing these doorways or door frames that reflect the ruins a little bit. I've got a load of them in here, including ones at the edge that I've done, and ones like this one that give... They're a reason for people to go outside, the idea being that inside here is going to be different courtyards. Hi, Jan. Inside here are different courtyards where you can go in. This one would be, well, both of them would be some kind of like meeting area or garden or whatever. And then the idea is you can come out the side there if you want to progress. The throne room is over here. It's got a couple of holes in the ceiling. I ended up modeling it after the Judgment Hall instead, so I've mixed the Judgment Hall a little bit with lighting that makes sense. What? Yeah. So we've also got this kind of like look that I've mixed between an abbey and the Judgment Hall. So everything looks kind of like it's tied together here, as in like it all seemingly fits and doesn't look out of place. If I just smooth this real quick. There we go. So that looks a little bit better, but you can even see I've taken the Judgment Hall windows with the Delta rune and slapped them over here. I need to do the doorway in here where Frisk comes in, but that's more of an internal thing. So the exterior, I think, is done. The thing is, because of camera shots and stuff, I still might need to do fake floors here, because I imagine if we come in and see like through here, I've actually done inside. But I've only done the spiral staircases, the idea being that when we see in, it kind of gives the illusion that there's some stuff in there, even if there isn't. You know, because it's just a spiral staircase when I show it off, but you need to give the illusion for people watching it. Kind of like this room here, where it really goes between the upper section and then the room here, which is also like a garden on top that I've seen in the artwork. So those are supposed to be windows. The idea is some of these areas have to look as though you can go into them, so that's what took me ages before, because I was busy doing this area where it kind of reminds me of Spyro a little bit. I love the way I've goofed up the ceiling there because of this. Let's just... Thing is, I'm going to actually be playing Spyro at some point as well, because I kind of went ahead and got the PC version. I've already played the normal one, but on the PS4, I think, when it was released, but I love Spyro, so I'm going to be playing it again. We got the other door here. Oh, come on now. Which has the Delta rune and then all these other parts to it. This needs to go down slightly, so it's in the floor. So like it's floating. But the idea is this needs to make sense to look as though you can go in and go to places. And then like tutorials over there, the idea being that you can go from this area up the staircase and then into this tower. It breeds a little bit more believability and realism in it. And if it does that, then it helps sell the place as an area that would be lived in and makes sense, rather than some, like, this isn't me throwing shade, but a lot of places that I see when I'm looking, she finally came back to ask, or no, this is just for reference, but a lot of places that I see when people create stuff like this, they'll just go for the grand sense of scale, you know, like making massive things, but none of them really truly make sense. So like, you'll have areas like this, but there'll be like no windows in the roof, or, you know, there'll be ways where you can come in but you can't get around the place easy, or the battlements might not be structured correctly, and it all looks weird. Like, I'm hesitant to even say that these towers are good, because of the simple fact of a castle would not be designed like this. Maybe the main keep, but those towers wouldn't be able to sit on there because of the weight distribution. So yeah, I've been kind of really critical of that kind of stuff recently. I just realized that's slightly off. But yeah, that was some of the stuff that was causing me issues when I was designing things originally, where it was just like, dude, this does not work. You know, even though it's a fancy castle, it's like, yeah, it doesn't work. I need to do it from that direction. Just that one. So breathing a little bit of believability, don't twist it, bit of believability into it is fun. A lot of these meshes as well are the same as each other. Here's a solution, magic. You can't just say everything's magic, you know, and get away with it. I'd like to, but my brain doesn't allow me to do that. By the way, hello, John. I'm not ignoring you. I did see you. I hope you're okay. I saw your message in the previous chat, and I was like, wait, what? Is he okay? So, yeah, a lot of these models are the same, so it should be able to texture like one or two, and they'll be good. So I don't need to texture everything. Obviously, when you look at this, I've tried to not go crazy with the Delta rune stuff, but I'm gonna actually have flags and things hanging from the roof that may or may not have the Delta rune over, so I might go a little bit overboard when I do that. It's either that or I put like a flag with Asgore's head on it or whatever. Yeah, the idea being that this is supposed to represent the artwork version that I've got, which I'll show off now, because I'm practically up to the texturing for this, which is going to be fun. I just need to also detail everything, as in like name it properly, so I can figure out where it all is. But if we go into, say, like the reference here, for those who haven't seen, these are all by the same artist, but that was the one I was originally trying to do, where I've got the portcullis from either side. I could still technically add these giant towers on, but what I'm thinking of doing is having it, instead of like this, I'm going to have it raised up on like its own section of cliff face, just where the back meets it. And then I'm going to have the entrance hall there like this, where you just kind of walk under the portcullis and then walk in, and that's going to say like New Home on it and Monster. But yeah, we got that. This is the actual image that I've based it off, which I've tried to make it as accurate as possible. Hey Zoe! It's also where we got MTT's resort from, so that's pretty cool. And then I based the wall decorations off this. So we're doing all right so far. It looks pretty cool. I love the way Kara looks, all sweet and innocent there. So my tablet died, so yeah. So I'm just checking now to see if there's any other details I need to do. I think it's mainly just this. Just this wall round here, and then we are done. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I see. Dude, I know why that is like that. Okay, so I need to edit that as like another separate model. What's happening there is it's actually mirrored from the other side. Because each model is kind of the same, what's happening is it's mirroring the exact thing on the opposite side, so it's messing up. Is it me, or is that Sans I see? Hey Michael, nice to see everybody. Yeah, so what happened was, we had Sans drawn for us by Sammy, and I wanted to use it, and Sammy was like, yeah, you can use it for a stream if you want, I'll do it, so they whipped that up the other day. So we now have Pope Undine, and Sammy said that it was Pope Sans as well, but you can't have two popes. So what I'm thinking of is it's Pope Undine and Bishop Sans, And it's almost starting to sound like I'm making my own Vatican-themed religious version of Undertale, you know, when I say it like that. No, it's totally not what I'm trying to do, but it does sound funny. It's just part of the joke, I swear. I'm not making an AU. I've already got Immersiontale, which is technically an AU. He's been to church for too long. But yeah, we be having fun now. The gang is religion tale. Dude, imagine if that kicked off. That would have me laughing. Here's the part where everybody starts like speculating about what all the other characters would be, you know, and what the whole thing would be about. Because I just started this as a joke with memes just for making of New Home. Under Christ. We're getting out of here with the help of religion. But yeah, it's a pretty funny joke at the moment, and I'm actually enjoying it. I would laugh if people came up with the other characters, just because it would keep the joke going, you know. Looking great so far. I'll show you in a sec the entire castle. Hey, Tammy! do you notice something? You are filled with prayers. Oh, this really is turning into like the most religious thing ever. But yeah, if you want to see New Home's castle, I'll just finish up this wall and then we'll show you, and then I'll start trying to texture it. Because there's a lot of walls. And I'll re-explain it if you've not been in too long. They love the sands, says Sammy. That was all you drawing. You and memes for drawing both Undyne and sands. I was just joking, saying it's going to be an entire AU at some point for a laugh. Spanish Inquisition Papyrus. Nobody expects Papyrus. Hey, Michael. So here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do Mettaton next. What would Mettaton would be like one of those religious speakers, you know, the ones that you see where they try and do some crazy stuff like on TV or whatever. The TV speakers. In like a suit with a microphone and stuff. The normal version anyway. Oh my god, Nun Mettaton. Oh my god, yes. Fabulous Nun Mettaton for Mettaton EX. This is making me want to draw SM related to all the mascots just chilling. Okay, so here we go. So for anyone that's come in to see how New Home's going, the castle is going really well. We just need the interior for the main hall, really, to connect it to the throne room. The throne room's had a little bit of a change up here, but I'll explain all the details. So this is all done mainly from artwork that I got from like Twitter and stuff, and I've tried copying the design almost exactly. Some of the areas I've detailed a little bit more, and we've taken inspiration from the New Home art as well, but as you can see, like, we've added all these little details across the ramparts and stuff, which I actually still need to, like a small bar going all the way across the top so you can lean on it. But we've got all these little details that are all really cool and make up everything and make it look grand. They go all the way along here. I'm gonna get sued by Disney. We've also got lots of Deltarune emblems everywhere. You'll see a lot of them, even though I didn't want too many of them. Priest tutorial. So yeah, we've got the kind of like the ruin style doorways open here that look pretty cool. And the reason why this has taken so long so far is I've been trying to make sense of it. Again, my brain is just like that. So we've got these two courtyard areas that kind of come out from the sides here that allow people to walk around in them and then go to the back if they want, even though at the back it's just going to be the cave wall here. The idea is the cave wall is basically going to be like this, and it's going to stop at that tower and then go around here, and then it's going to go around here, So we're gonna have the throne room lead out into like a cave system that then goes around, and the barrier is gonna be over here. So yeah, that's the idea. But let's go over the details, shall we? I ended up booleaning the God damn it! I'm looking at chat here. Damon says, "Nuntorial, gotta hit all the kinks." Dave, yell to Arson, they're being shy. I really can't because of the time. It's like 1 AM in the morning almost, so I'm trying to keep it down. But yeah, all these details have taken a lot of time, all the stairways, everything, trying to capture all that detail and make it make sense. So we've got windows and steps where you'd expect them to be, where if the camera's there, we can see things inside. And even though we can't see all the details, it's enough, you know. It's like the same here with like the upper section. It's enough that we can see it go somewhere. Oh crap, there. But where's the child? The child is downstairs asleep. I don't want to wake her up at the moment. She's been teething like mad. She has like itchy gums, and they're not helping her. Let's put it that way. She really hates itchy gums. To the point where she's been trying to eat my beard. I have like a really long beard, and she's trying to be using it as like a scratching post. So she's been trying to eat my beard and use it as something to scratch her gums with, which is hilarious, but at the same time she gets really frustrated when it doesn't help. So yeah, we got all these details in like the towers and the doorways and everything. Kind of reminded me of Spyro a little bit. I even did a fake interior here, which leads out to the top, which works, because if we go into first-person view mode here, right, and we look around, you can actually see an interior, and we can see a doorway there, and you can actually go down the stairway into here, which has another interior. Maybe had some disrepair, potentially. Arson says your Metadon impression scares them. Oh my. But yeah, we got all this other stuff that looks really cool in first-person mode. We got another bit where you come down the stairs from over here, and then you go through here and over there if you want. I need to lower that door frame, I just realized, and this one. And then over here we can go across. I need to add like a little bar there, but essentially you'd be able to cross to the portcullis here. And we can go along here, and there's like a little garden area. We can go around here, and the idea is that we'd be able to come out here along. We'd be able to see inside the throne room here from up on this rampart. And again, down there. Do it anyway, they aren't here, says Sammy. What do you mean, darling? I need to put a doorway there to match that one, and then yeah, it's just texturing. So yeah, hopefully, with the way that I've copied and pasted everything here, or linked everything, it should be pretty easy. As for what we were having a problem with the other day, which was the Judgment Hall, not the Judgment Hall, sorry, the throne room roof, I was thinking about it, and I was trying to link it back to the Judgment Hall, because everything in New Home now shares the same style. So what I did was, for the Judgment Hall, you see a lot of like artwork of it, and some of it has like a stone roof, some of it has like a giant glass roof, and it all looked cool for me. But honestly, I was trying to link it in with the style that I already had established for New Home and make it work within the confines of the castle. So what we've done here is I put a traditional Judgment Hall style roof on it, where it's got this really cool kind of like overhang to it, and has a couple of like bits where you're going to see textures on it there. But also inside here, I've just noticed there's an issue there. But inside, should be able to see through it. Hang on. What's that there? I don't know what that was. There's just some random mesh in there. That's the roof. There we go. Here's where I find out I've deleted like a really important mesh or something. But the idea being that the roof has a couple of holes in it from the cave that has fallen in on it. I've booleaned it, unfortunately, so it's not that good, but I can clean it up. But the idea being that there are going to be light rays that will, you know, come through these holes in the roof and light up the throne room, and the throne room's going to be absolutely massive because of how I've scaled everything. Also, I need to make a door here for Frisk to walk through, so I'm thinking of having that come into here. Here's the hallway, obviously, so I'm thinking of having it go split off and go this way, or have two doors that split off either side for the obvious ways to get round. It's either that, or I have this be like a staircase that goes up, because as you can see, we can see above now and see how I've kind of scaled this on the inside. So if I do like the hallway coming in here, have this giant sort of doorway here, and then try and patch the roof up a little bit so you can't see inside it. Maybe we have like some stairs, something. Let's see. I could probably fit some stairs inside of here. So if I fix some of these walls, or the wall details, because I assume, yeah, that comes in from there. If I fix some of these details, I can have like a staircase potentially come up to here. It's just a case of making everything fit within the confines of the model, because you can see this is where the room is inside here for that on the side. So making everything fit. This is going to sound terrible without context. Making everything fit is kind of awkward. But yeah, when it's set up, should be good. Especially given the conversation in chat right now. I'm just going to have a little bit more water here. Okay, so I might need to actually do some fake walls on the inside to cover all this up. Let's try and... We'll just scoot that over here. I don't know if you noticed, but if you look closely at my Sans coat, you can see a watermark. It says Sammy. Oh, let's have a look. Let's see, undernet. I can't see. Oh no, wait, I can. I can. That's hard to actually see. It's cool though. Hey, Revenge. That's what she said to do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I need to bring down some of these pillars and door frames, so that they match up, because if they don't, then we're gonna have hovering geometry, which is not good. At least in certain circumstances isn't good. For anyone who saw the last stream, yeah, I'm just busy chilling out after winning a go-kart race against Ion. I've not been in VR for a while, so it's kind of like freaking me out right now, because I'm just like, woo. But yeah, that was fun playing VR Mario Kart, essentially. You can actually play that with PC players as well, so might try and do like an event or a get together at some point, and do that again. Okay, so there we go. That's that doorway fixed there. Need to fix all these doorways, man. I threw them together before and I was like, yeah, they're all good. And the next minute it's like, yeah, no, they're not good. They're floating. On that. There we go. Best practice. Best practices, Damon. Trust me, it was crazy playing Mario Kart. I'm gonna draw Metatron as a nun. What will Papyrus be? Have Papyrus be like a pastor or something? You know, like a church pastor with the black and white robes on and everything. This is literally just gonna end up as like Religion Tale or something. It's gonna be its own AU inside of Immersion Tale. I'm gonna have to literally like make it a joke inside of Immersion Tale. Like have it as a poster or something somewhere if everybody ends up making all the characters. Wondering what Asgore would be like a monk. Imagine Asgore as a monk, you know, like off Robin Hood with the giant monk like brown cloak and like the hood and everything. That would be awesome because he could still have like a trident, except there wouldn't be a trident. It'd be a giant stick like Friar Tuck from Robin Hood. That would be so funny. I'm trying to think of the other ones because we got non-Metaton EX. Asgore as a monk. Not sure what we're doing for Toriel. How many other characters have we got? We got Frisk. Papyrus is was like a what did we say? Like a prior or something? In the stereotypical black and white robe. Passion of the Christ references, David. Dude, we can put all the characters on like a poster and just put like Religion Tale or something in the lab. You know, or have it, oh, dude, we could do it as like a background or a small like a small picture on Alphys's computer as if it's one of Alphys's fan fictions. Oh my god, that would be so good. It's like a fan fiction from Alphys. Of all people. Don't know why I should just have like a hyper-religious AU, but oh my god. That moment where something starts as a joke and ends up as like an in-universe meme. It's for the memes. Oh, I love... The funny thing about it is, I absolutely love stuff like that, because it's just funny, you know? It's like, it's a small joke. It started off as a joke, and now it's continuing to be a joke. It's just gathering a lot of steam. You know? Here's where I've got to like go on VR chat and tell memes at some point, like memes, the joke. It's got out of control. I just realized I technically don't have to model the interior here properly. And I'll tell you why. If I do a transition, we could literally have the outside just as its own thing, right? And I could fake the inside. And by that, what I mean is, we could have a door here, right? Like a big giant door that's not open. And we could do a shot of Frisk reaching it. And there being like these huge door knockers or whatever that they can use to open it with. And then we could cut to a shot of literally Frisk like just peeking the head through the door on the other side as it's opened, and then walking in to a completely different set. That way you could technically fake the inside as like two different sets, because this would be the outside. You know, so it's either that, non-Metaton, Papyrus is a priest, I think Toriel is unassigned, Asgore is a monk, yeah. Frisk is a choir boy, yeah, that'd be alright. Or choir person, depending on the gender of Frisk, because some people have Frisk as a female. Toriel, what could Toriel be? Let's see, I'm just gonna choose like female religion. What would it be? I'm just gonna search up female religion staff and see if there's anything like that. Women in religion? No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted stuff like, hang on, let's just type in nun ranks and see what happens, because there's got to be different ranks for nuns, right? What is higher than a nun in the hierarchy of the Catholic Church? What? Christian Faith Guide. I love the way this is all for a joke, but it's such a good joke. Might as well lean with it. Okay, so let's see. We got the Pope, the bishops, cardinals, priests, deacons, religious communities. Oh, here we go. The Mother Superior, the highest ranking nun in the convent. We got a prioress, second rank, is second in command and assistant. The Mother of Novices? Wait, what? Mentor to everybody else. That fits, actually. Helping them adjust well to their new journey and new life. That actually makes sense, the Mother of Novices. And then you've just got nuns, which is Methadon, which is the lowest rank. When is a nun a mother instead of a sister? Oh, it's through election? Okay, this is I love the way through this entire project. I've learned more about history and different other things, and now it's religion. Two things I have no interest in. There we go. Who's the highest ranking woman in the Catholic Church? The Virgin Mary? Okay. Secretary... Wait, what? Secretary General? No. Yeah, the Virgin Mary is often referred to as the Queen of Heaven by the Catholics. Holds the highest rank in the Catholic Church. Now we can explain why Toriel is like hyper-religious in Deltarune. Hey, names. so yeah, memes. You need a religion check. Please roll the dice. So yeah, I love the way everyone's like, Chad's here. So yeah, is that Pope Sans? So anyway, memes. We're technically creating a freaking religious AU as a meme that's going to be on Alphys's computer at this point. You know, in the background. We got Pope Undine and Bishop Sans. We're just coming up with all the other roles now. Why? I mean, Sammy seems to have fun making Bishop Sans to go with your Pope Undine. So it's like the joke is just spiraling into its own thing. What would Alphys be? I have no clue. It's just the joke has spiraled into its own thing, but I don't mind. Hey, Voidly. Chest tail. Wait, what? Imagine Papyrus is Jesus. Oh my god. That's too funny. Dude, I don't mind. Want to talk about Hotland? No! Not Hotland! I love the way Voidly's just like, no, I don't want to talk about Hotland, go away. Oh, so funny. Yeah, in between talking about Hotland 2.0, and then making a religious themed AU out of thin air, based on a joke, Hotland is hell. Quite literally. I love the way everybody that's contributed to Immersiontale so far has come in and just gone, yeah, no, we don't talk about Hotland. Oh, so funny. I would draw Papyrus as Passifrisk's Jesus edition. Oh, it's gonna be so funny with all these different versions. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do the main door now. We're gonna have it have like a big Deltarune on it, and then we're just gonna go from there. I love the way everybody's claiming the individual things that they want to draw now. No, let's put it this way, right? I'm literally just turning around at this point and be like, you guys can draw whatever you want. I don't mind, especially because it's just a joke. It's gonna be funny though, having it as the joke in the background. But anybody can have a try if they want. I'm not stopping them. Noah's Ark? What? All this would be a critique of the Holy Church, says Damon. The funny thing is, it's like I've said before, I'm not really a religious person, so it's one of those things where I'm just like, oh, this is entertaining. This actually gets me interested in religion just for the single reason of it being a meme. I know that might offend people. I don't mean for it to offend anybody. I just find it funny how this joke is literally just running itself right now. No. Kara is that one guy who flew too close to the sun. What, you mean, what, was it Achilles? No, Achilles was the runner. I'm trying to remember. Hang on. Yeah, that's Greek. That's Icarus. Why did I say Achilles? I'm learning more about religion in an Undertale themed project than anywhere else. And it's actually more entertaining as well. Achilles was a warrior, yeah. Church tale. Yeah, it's like everything else that I do. I don't mean to offend anybody. It's all just harmless jokes. I don't mean any offense. I don't intentionally go out to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to offend somebody today with what I say. So, by all means, if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, please tell me. So at least I can adjust if you feel uncomfortable. If not, you know, it's all just light humor. It's not meant to be offensive to anybody. It's just you gotta have a laugh, you know. But I think it's fair to say that, you know, I'm accommodating to people. Bible tale. Really, we should just have a stream for Religion Tale. It was funny, I was just playing VR Mario Kart and saying I need to get more people on it. But at the same time, I turned around and said, literally, I should just, like, create a prefab Undertale kart. You know, as, like, a side project. Especially if I'm still waiting for, like, voice actors later on. You know, in, like, next year. I'm so tempted to just download the prefabs and just make, like, a set of kart worlds based off all the meshes that I've got. Imagine driving through Hotland. Oh my god. Meme says, not gonna lie, it's ironic we're doing this. The Pope did have Megalovania play at one point. What was announcements? What have we started? The thing is, I will admit that I tend to have this effect on people quite a lot where I'm just like chilling out and having a good laugh. And then I'll just say like a couple of things on one thing and chaos will just ensue. It seems like I just seem to attract chaos. Which I don't mind. I'm used to it at this point. People enjoy having fun around me, so I don't mind that. Revenge and Kara says, gotta go, bye everybody. Adios. Adios, Revenge. See you next time. You really do, Dave. The thing is, it's like, I will admit, I am a total instigator of this kind of stuff as well, where I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be a shame if this kind of thing happened? And the next minute, something happens and it's just crazy. You know. But again, I don't mean it in any bad way. It's all harmless fun at the end of the day. Moody is a bad influence. Oh yeah. It's like some people will not have potentially heard this. Some people will and some people won't. I've told it, but a very good example of that is the way that I acted in college and university, where I literally got to a point where with education, because I had crap education going into university, I ended up learning a lot of stuff for what I wanted to do, which was multimedia and 3D and stuff on my own for like a good year or so before I went to college. And by the time I'd done that, I'd done like games modding and Photoshop and stuff. And the college took me on and I could sail through the course that I was doing, which was multimedia. I knew everything about it. I could just do all of it with no problem. So I could do it that easily that the teachers had no problems with me just doing my own thing in lesson, because they knew I'd do the work when I got home anyway, and it would all be done on time and stuff. So I had that kind of level of trust with them. So yeah, I did a lot of crazy stuff in college and university for like multimedia, where when I was doing the second year, the first years, I actually knew quite a few of them and were friends with them. So I ended up just doing some really crazy stuff with them. Examples being literally me kidnapping an entire class of people. It was so funny. It sounds crazy without context, but the context being that they all were supposed to go on a field trip to a city that was close to us. And yeah, instead I decided that everyone should turn all the phones off and we should just go walk around a complete opposite city instead and look at video games and figures and manga and stuff. So we just did that. We got on another train and didn't tell anybody. And I didn't get told off for it. Neither did everyone else. The only thing they got told was, who did this? And everyone was like, it was Dave. And I was just like, oh, so you told them? And everybody turned around and went, yeah, we told them. And the only response we got was, God damn it, don't do that again. You know, so yeah, I'm a bad influence, but in a funny way. I got a lot of crazy stuff. The funny thing is, I actually have video footage from those years still backed up on my hard drive. Again, I keep a lot of old content, so I still have files from like 2004. Anyway, scratch that. You, Moody, and me, we started this bit back when I drew Popo 9. Indeed it is. Can we see it sometime? Ooh, maybe. It's really old footage now, and it would potentially dox the old location that I was at, so maybe not. But yeah, I may show screenshots of it. But it was like, it was a load of really funny, crazy stuff. Like another example of stuff that was absolutely nuts was we used to play a lot with airsoft guns when we were in college, and the people that were teaching us knew this. Like one of the guys that I knew was a big airsoft fan, so he'd bring him in all the time and we'd just mess around with him. And one particular time I walked into the room and everybody's just shooting at each other. There's like tables overturned and stuff. Bearing in mind we're in a computer room that's filled with expensive iMacs at the time. They're each like $1,000 or something, or stupid. And somebody decided it would be fun to shoot at one of the Macs. And yeah, the airsoft pellets got embedded in one of the screens and shattered it. And yeah, it ended up shattering the entire screen, and everyone was like, oh crap, especially because like the roof as well was peppered with these airsoft pellets. Like there were so many pellets in the roof. Even years after, I was asking people that were in that room, were the holes still in the roof? Because, you know, I'd coincidentally come in contact with people that had gone to the same place, and they'd be like, oh yeah, the roof was terrible. It was in a terrible state. So we'd wrecked that place. But this one time, we shot the screen, it shattered, and then like 10 minutes later, a teacher came in, looked at us. The entire place is a war zone. There's overturned tables and stuff being used as shields. And he looked at us all, looked at this monitor, said nothing, came over, picked up the monitor, took it out, then came back with a new one, placed it on the desk and just looked at us all, nodded and walked off. We were just like, what? So yeah, it was pretty crazy. We had a lot of fun being absolutely insane. So I was an instigator for a lot of this, I'll admit that. It was just like, oh yeah, we'll have fun, you know, because I could get away with all of this because of my position that I held in the trust. But we really did abuse that trust just to have a massive amount of fun. How expensive are these screens? How expensive was an iMac back in 2005? Hang on. Oh, no, sorry, it'd be 2006, 2007, because I did 1 year of special forces training that didn't go anywhere due to my condition. Let's try. How much was a iMac worth in 2007? How much did an iMac originally cost? Ooh, there we go. No. Ooh, there we go. So the original iMacs, this wouldn't be the same, but the original iMac was about $1,000. How much did it cost in 2000? In the US? No, that's the original one. That'll be like 800. How much did the 2009 iMac cost? About $1,000, yeah, in 2009. So we're talking like $1,000 at minimum. Bear in mind, when I say monitors or screens, the iMac is a self-contained unit. So it's the screen is the computer. You know. So yeah, it was nuts. Gonna make this giant door and do the designs on it. But yeah, I've got a load of fun stories like that. Wooden medieval door. There we go. We'll do it like that one. That one's gonna be cool. Okay. Giant medieval door. Let's see what chat says. Tell us more stories, I'm having a blast. Well, let's think. Okay, so there was... I think I've told this one before, but I'm going to say it again anyway. So, when I used to do all this stuff like college and multimedia, again, like I was saying, I got away with murder. I can't see this Moody being one of those teachers who just says, screw this. Oh, we ball. So that teacher, funny enough, went on to create his own company that were doing, I can't remember, it was architectural design and stuff. At the same time, they were trying to use the engine that ran Second Life. Can't remember where that actually went, because I got hired to do that eventually. That was pretty fun. But yeah, a lot of this stuff was we just used to mess around, and I used to get away with everything. And it was because the teachers could trust me, and thus it was just fun. And one of these times, we're in the basement, which the way these buildings were set up, there were a couple of them next to each other. One of them was pretty new and made out of glass. That's the one that we absolutely wrecked the roof in and shot BB guns and stuff, or airsoft guns. The other one literally looked like it was out the 80s. It was very brutal architecture, it was very boxy, and it looked old. And it was split up over a couple of floors. I think about 3, no, maybe more. It was more like 5. And we're in the basement. And the reason why we're in the basement is because photography would work there. The idea was, as part of one of my other stories where I was helping somebody get through depression, I was given full reign to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. So it wasn't my entire class that I was working with that was in the year above. Instead, it was just me. I had special permission to look after this guy that I'd got to come back to college after he left because he was suffering from depression. Some people will know this story from my Halo streams that I've done. But essentially, it just allowed me to look after this guy because I turned around to the teachers and I was like, look, you already know I'm going to do the work anyway. So let me look after him. I'll make sure he comes in. I'll make sure he does the work. I just have to be around him because we're best mates, you know. So they're like, okay, talk to the other teachers and see what happens. Sure enough, all the other teachers were fine with it. So essentially, I got free reign to do whatever I wanted, wherever I wanted, and whenever I chose. And it could include anybody that was in the room. So essentially, I could go from my class that was boring and everybody didn't want to do the work except me. I could go from that and just walk out into another completely different class. And I didn't have to explain anything. I could do that anytime I wanted. That was the free reign I had. And it was funny because essentially what ended up happening was the people that were in my class followed me anywhere I went anyway because they were wondering where the hell we were supposed to go. So we ended up kind of merging the classes together, which was weird. Anyway, we're in the basement one time, and the basement is right underneath a area that houses people that are doing hairdressing. The idea is the next floor up above us is hairdressing, then it's I think makeup and stuff, and then the top floor is like business and administration. And we had an elevator that was in the basement that would go up to all these different floors, and nobody ever really wanted to use it at first because we never knew where it went properly until we researched it. And we decided for a laugh one day that there was this random 2-liter bottle of Coke that we had, and it was pretty much empty, and somebody had drawn a smiley face on it, and we called it Jeff because one of the names that I've always found funny is just Jeff, spelled how I'm gonna spell it in chat now, right? Don't know why. Even before the "my name is Jeff" meme, I've just always had a laugh at the name Jeff spelled like that. Don't know why. It's just a weird obsession. But anyway, we drew the smiley face on a 2-liter Coke bottle, and we put a sign on it that says "Jeff says hello" on it. We just stuck that. It was like a piece of A4 that says "Jeff says hello" underneath the smiley face on this Coke bottle. And we decided we'd weigh it down with a bit of water, and we'd put it in this lift, and we'd send it up. And we knew that hairdressing was on the first floor above us. So we thought, go on, we'll send it up to the hairdressing room and see what happens. So we sent Jeff on this little mission, like, goodbye, Jeff, Godspeed, and hope they send you back down. Sure enough, the lift went up, and we called it back down again, like, a minute or two later, and Jeff wasn't in. It was just the piece of paper that said "Jeff says hi," and we were like, what the hell? What happened? So then we sent a piece of paper up that was stuck to the back of the lift that said, "Give us Jeff back." And when we sent that up and then brought the lift back down again, that piece of paper was gone. So we knew somebody was messing around with the lift that we were already messing around with. But we were like, dude, seriously, we want Jeff back. But clearly somebody had probably taken him and just binned him. We were like, no, we really want Jeff back. So we literally did this stupid mission where we were like, right, we gotta get Jeff back, lads. We're not having any of this. Because there was about 5 or 6 of us that were all pals in there. And of course, I'm being a big menace to everybody again by instigating everything. So like, right, we're gonna go rescue Jeff. We're gonna go on a rescue mission. So there was like 4 of us bundled into this lift because you could only fit about 4 in at a time. So we bundled into this lift and we went up to the first floor thinking, oh, it'll just be like a small classroom full of hairdressers and stuff, because we hadn't actually checked the room. And these lift doors open, and imagine it's this large-ass studio full of hairdressers. It looks just like a salon, but it's absolutely massive, and as the doors open, there's no room for, like, anywhere between us and the hairdressers. It just opens, and it's us staring at these hairdressers with all this different equipment that you'd expect in a hairdresser salon or something, and we're all just like, oh, this isn't what we expected. We expected like a classroom or something else attached to it, maybe something else in between so we could find Jeff. So somebody pressed the button and all of us immediately like backed away from the doors as we were trying to figure out what was going on. We all backed away and hit the walls basically to hide from everybody. We're like, oh crap, did anybody see which floor we pushed? And instead somebody had pushed freaking administration, so we went up and went straight to the top floor where all the business and admin stuff was going on instead, which made it even worse because we were just like, where the crap are we? We don't even know, what the hell? And it ended up with us just like fumbling around for ages trying to get back downstairs. It was the most stupid fun I've ever had. So funny. But we never did get Jeff back, so yeah, R.I.P. Jeff. We shall never find him. He was lost in the great year of 2007 or 8. So yeah, Jeff was killed in action by hairdressers. I'll never forgive them. I'm trying to think of all the other, because we got a load of crazy stuff. Poor Jeff. Indeed. If you were around for some of the other streams the other night, you would have heard the story. I've done the deed of drawing the last moment before the disaster, says Memes. Avenge Jeff, I'll get my weapons, says Lucky. So yeah, if you were around for the other streams, like the other night, you'll have heard me and Sean complaining on Homeworld. Sean was with me when we did video games design. I met Sean through my wife, who was doing video games design, and basically we were all trying to do it at the same time. My wife was in the year above us, but what ended up happening was Sean just did not care what was going on in our lesson, and instead was too busy watching what my wife was doing on the computer. And he admitted, like, dude, it was way more like cooler than what we were doing or we were learning, because our tutor was an idiot. And yeah, basically we got to palling around after that, but you'll have heard us complain on the Homeworld 2 stream about how essentially after I did multimedia, I wanted to do games design, and the whole idea was I would take like a year out, which ended up happening. So I took a year out and then did games design. But what ended up happening was when I got there, I'd already been doing modding for Halo 1 for roughly about 3 to 4 years. So I already knew a lot about 3D, or at least the basics of it and texturing and everything. And essentially, when I'd given my portfolio at this point to people online, they'd just turn around and gone, dude, all you need to get in the industry really is just the paper that says you've done like a course or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's great, I'll just do this course then. Sure enough, the guy that I mentioned before who was depressed, I said to him, like, he should really aim higher if he wanted to get a better education. So he was like, yeah, sure, I'll come along for games design. I think it'd be pretty fun. Because he was, or still is, a good artist as well. So the idea was he was going to be a concept artist. And dragged a bunch of people from multimedia onto this games design course. But because the tutor knew nothing, essentially we ended up doing the same thing from multimedia in games design, as in we ran the place. And yeah, we more or less made that video game design course way better than it was originally, primarily because we actually knew what we were doing, and I ended up teaching it more or less. So like, the guy literally was self-taught at 3D, but wasn't good at it, because he was more of a fine artist. So imagine a fine artist trying to teach 3D to people while he's learning it on the job. It was really bad. And it got to the point where everybody hated the guy because he couldn't teach. He really couldn't teach. He'd always pick fights with people because essentially, you know that meme where it's like people who do art or art teachers, they always want you to do it their way. He was literally that guy. You'd want to do something in 3D and he'd be like, no, you can't do that. You have to do it exactly how I do it. It's like, but this is a games design course. It's like, for instance, he didn't want to teach coding because he didn't know how to do coding, even though it was part of the curriculum. So we ended up actually losing out there because we didn't learn coding. But yeah, what ended up happening was, and you could tell it was bad, the first day we got into this lesson, he's there saying to everybody, look, this is how you merge 3D objects together. In fact, I'll give you an example, right? Because I can show you exactly what he was doing here, because it's so simple, but it's so stupid. So, you guys now are looking at a 3D window that I've got with New Home, right? But this was his tutorial. We're going to take these two cubes. Bearing in mind, a lot of you might know nothing about 3D. That's fine. we're going to take these cubes. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to make these into one object, right? So his tutorial was, you take these two objects and you join them. And then you go into edit mode and you select vertices, which are all these points that a 3D model is made up of. And you slowly, individually, merge each one into each other. And the reason for this is when you do this, it all becomes one object. Like this, right? Now the program that we were using was different. It's called 3D Studio Max, so it wouldn't have this face in between. That's just an error with Blender, or rather it's the way that Blender does it. But as you can see, that just took a long time to do, right? Merging both, well, all of those sets of vertices, it takes a long time. But that was the way he was doing it, right? He's just like, oh, we'll do it the long way. While he was doing that, I turned around and went, look, you got an easier way of doing this? Bearing in mind, I've done a lot of Halo modding. He turns around and he goes, there's an easier way of doing it? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, what is it? I'm like, you can just bridge the two faces. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah, you can just bridge the two faces, you get the same thing, and then you just mess around with it. And he's like, well, how do you do that? Come up and show me for a sec. So I'm like, okay, you click that box, you click that box, and then you just go bridge. No. And he makes the same thing. And he's just like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I was like, are you kidding me right now? You know, so that was the start of sort of our experience where we were just like, oh boy, this is gonna be bad. You know. So, no joke, we were like, the first day that happened, I was like, I'm in trouble here. It's like the Simpsons meme, you know, with Ralph. It's like, I'm in trouble. Oh, sorry, I'm in danger. It was like living that. And like every lesson was kind of similar. Like he wanted us to do Unreal Engine at the time. Like for anyone that's been around recently within the past like 10 years, and you know a bit about 3D or video games, you'll know that Unreal Engine is like one of the big things that people use to make games with. Essentially, with a game, you have the coding that you use to put everything into a system and make it into a playable game. Unreal Engine is the thing kind of like that. It requires a little bit less coding. It's more visual, a bit like Blender. And the idea is it just makes things easier. The only difference is you have to pay someone to use the software to make the game instead of coding it all yourself. But a lot of places use it. And at the time, we were using Unreal Engine 2004, which is a very, very old game by now, but this was at the time where Gears of War wasn't out yet. So Gears of War had the newer version of Unreal Engine at the time, and we didn't have access to that, so we were using the old version of it. And he didn't even know how to use that. He was actually trying to read a book from the student library on how to read and use Unreal Engine. And my wife, who's dyslexic, took out the same book because she needed to do it as well. So she's like, okay, I'll take out the same book. And she spent a good week, I think it was, making notes. And these notes were all sticky notes, you know, like post-it notes, all in this book. It was absolutely full of them, so that a dyslexic person could understand and make stuff in Unreal Engine. And I'm like, Jen, we got to make levels in Unreal Engine. Can you show me your notes? She's like, yeah, sure. She shows me her notes and explains it to me. And I have a little bit of a read and play around myself, because personally, I like learning through doing things myself, learning while I'm reading or watching a video or whatever, so I can follow things along. That's just how it works for me. So I follow Jen's notes. I literally learned how to make levels in Unreal within the space of a couple of hours compared to his tutorials that made no sense. And no joke, first level everybody made or was tasked with making was an indoor level, because that's all he could make within the framework of the tutorials that he'd read. And I just ended up being that one guy that was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I just made this absolutely giant outside level that had like a bunch of exterior bits and interiors as well. Essentially, pretty much like I'm doing now with New Home. I just made the entire lot like absolutely massive and really cool, and he had no choice but to give me the best passing grade because he's just like, dude, I don't know how you did this, but this is awesome. And I'm just sat there like, oh my god, you know, because essentially all I'm doing is repeating my multimedia years, but with video games design, with somebody who doesn't know how to teach. And literally, it was absolutely nuts that he was actually able to do that. And we found out the only reason he was able to do all of this is because the person that was supposed to be teaching this from the industry had taken severely ill and couldn't actually come back to teach us. So it was absolutely nuts. And it got to a point where we were trying to submit all these things like meshes and stuff. So for instance, everything in here, we'd be trying to submit these as like levels and things. And he literally turned around to me because I was at a level where, because I knew more about 3D than him and most of the class that were all new to 3D, that I was essentially helping him teach the lessons. Damon says, I gotta go, man. I'll see you next time then, Damon. Thank you for sticking around. So yeah, I'm there essentially helping this guy teach the lessons because I know more than him, and he's coming to me for advice. Bear in mind, I'm a student, so I'm like, what the hell, right? And it gets to the point where he's like, I don't know how I should have people submit stuff for marking because I don't know how that would work. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, what? So we ended up looking at what we'd been using, like Unreal Engine and stuff. And I turned around to him and went, look, we're going to do this the easy way. We're going to have it be like Unreal Engine. So you've got your files for your textures, your meshes, any WordPad documents, you know, for like write-ups and everything, video footage, stuff like that. We're going to have them as individual files. We're going to put everything in those and submit them under one project file so it's easy to navigate. He's like, okay. And the funniest part was, since I established that as a submission like format for folders and everything else, I think it was about 2019, I met somebody that had been to the exact same university, right? And I turned around and said, oh, did you do games design? And this person in particular, she went, yeah, I did. I said, oh, did you do it with this teacher? She said, yeah, that was the guy. I said, oh, I helped him learn what he was doing. And she was like, wait, what? So I told her this entire story and she went, oh, that explains a few things about how things went on when I was there. And I was like, oh, interesting. Interesting, so you have a story too. So I listened to her story about what she experienced. And then I turned around and said, so about the marking system, did they do it this specific way? And I detailed about all the files and everything. And she said, yeah, we still use that system to this day. So even in 2019, they're still using the same setup that I established in like between 2007 and 2009. So funny. So funny. Oh my god. Memes, that is an awesome rendition of Jeff, by the way. I've just seen that then. Rudy, what should I draw as revenge? Ooh. I am honestly not so sure. I love that you made the grading systems as Sammy. The thing is, it's like when Damon was in, Damon was like, dude, does that not give you like an ego trip or whatever that you basically taught a load of people how to do 3D and, you know, taught this teacher how to do his job? And I was like, no, because I didn't get paid for it. I did a better job than the guy that was there and I didn't get paid for it, you know. It's yet again one of the funny stories that I have to tell people, but it's like, I would have liked to have been paid for my troubles. Either that or got a job, you know. That would have been funny. But yeah, it is a fun story to tell, at least. Intern, yeah. You know a place is bad when you're the one teaching the teacher. And that teacher, he had it out for everybody. Like, if you listen to the Homeworld 2 stream, you'll hear us going on for like an extra 40 minutes or an hour about all of this. And we go on in detail about how this guy was basically a total douche and was just having a go at everybody for no reason, no matter what. You know. It was just like, dude, this isn't the type of guy that you want as a tutor. Or a teacher. Like, he's not cut out for this, clearly. The most heartbreaking moment as well that I've seen was, would you do it again if you were paid? I mean, maybe, yeah, that would be fun. I don't say no to deals with money normally. But yeah. The most heartbreaking thing regarding that guy as well is that he got let go in about, I think it was about 2012 maybe, I think. But there was another teacher that was there that worked under him, so that's why they kept the same marking system for all that time. But the most heartbreaking thing ever, which is crazy, is I used to go to video game meetups, like video game dev meetups, where you'd have a load of indie devs and people from the industry would try and meet up locally if possible and try and mingle with each other and get contact info and stuff. Essentially, it was just a big mingler where people would show off what projects they were working on and then talk about them a bit and try and get industry contacts so that they could get a job. And I went to about 3 or 4 of these, and in one instance, when I was doing one of my previous projects, I saw this teacher again. He was actually there, and I was like, holy crap, it's the guy, and my wife was with me as well at the time. And I was like, it's him. It's him. And I didn't go anywhere near him because I'd been really annoyed by the way that he taught and he treated everybody else. The best way to put it is, in the first year that we were learning from him, he didn't know what he was doing, but he was nice to everybody. In the second year, he got really volatile with everybody for literally no reason whatsoever. As far as we know, it's just we were trying to do the work and he was just not having any of it anymore. I think he probably thought that, we were just doing everything better than him or something stupid, because there was no reason for him to hate any of us, but he just kept on taking his anger out on everybody. Like, for instance, Sean's dyslexic, and he'd be turning around to Sean and be like, look, your entire work that you've done at the moment, I don't care what you've done right now, but even though the hand-in day is like in 2 days' time, I want you to write up an entire 2,000-word essay and do all your work all over again in those 2 days. Which resulted in a lot of people basically coming to my student flat and spending nights upon nights eating pizza and me doing the work for them or helping them do the work, So this guy's been really nasty. And I'm not going anywhere near him at this event. I'm just like, nah, I ain't going anywhere near this guy. No way. Because I know I'm just going to be furious with him. Because that was another thing that I really got upset about with the course, was not just his lack of teaching, but how he treated everybody else, especially because everybody else essentially ended up being my students and friends. When you think about the position that I got put in. And I'm really defensive over friends. So I was not happy about any of this. And my wife decides to go up to him and say hi while she's busy getting contact info from somebody else regarding potential positions in one of these companies. And he says, oh, hi, Jennifer, I've not seen you in a while. And she's like, yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing different jobs because, having to leave after the course was done and do other things. He's like, so how's things? Did you get an industry job? my wife at the time hadn't got an industry job. She was basically a tea lady, you know, somebody that comes in from the canteen and serves the tea to people in I think it was a metalworks factory. So she turns around to him and goes, "No, I'm a tea lady now. I serve tea to people." And apparently the guy's face just dropped with like utter disappointment, because apparently my wife was like the only one that really learned or excelled in her year as well. So it was almost like this guy had just like totally failed at doing anything, and even trying to get people into the industry he'd failed at. You know? It's just like, dude. So yeah, it was pretty nuts. Apparently he was just absolutely devastated that essentially everything that he'd done was for nothing. So yeah, it was a big oof on his part. It's like, well, what do you expect if you can't teach well, you know? Right, we've got these big doors. I'm going to put the Delta rune on either side. That's going to be cool. And I want to put all these details from this wooden door on now. So we're going to have these bolts that are going to be all over the place. I'm going to put Jeff on stream. Where is it? I'm going to put Jeff on stream in the background behind Undyne and Sans. Memes, you still in here? I'm gonna throw Jeff in now. I just need to find him. There he is. He looks so cute with that smiley face. There's Jeff. I'm still here. Yep, there's Jeff. I just need to scale him a little bit. He's where's Jeff? Memes. We need to put Jeff on screen behind Pope Undyne, I think. And Bishop Sans. Jeff lives! I love the way we've just got like a colourful cast of characters here. we're literally, that's staying there for all these other streams now. This is becoming a recurring, revolving cast of characters. Moody Watchdog Draw says revenge. Honestly, I don't know. I have resurrected peaks, says Memes. Oh, I'm honestly really happy with that Jeff as well. Funny thing is, we made another Jeff in the flat that we were in, like for the student flat, and it was literally, we got like this onion that had started growing randomly in our fridge because the fridge was messed up, and it started growing out the top and getting like the green root on it. So he drew a smiley face on it and called it Jeff, and it literally grew massive. It was so funny. I can't remember whatever happened to Jeff, because like we got distracted by the fact that we had mushrooms growing next to the boiler. That was crazy. Frisk is a choir kid, says Sammy. Yeah, that might be good. The stream has been incredibly productive so far. Not only have I got like detail work done, but we've also resurrected Jeff. And gotten Bishop Sans on. What about Billy, his best friend, Dave? Wait, what? Yeah, the Jeff thing is literally just a recurring thing. Like, even with my my daughter's presents, I've deliberately named some of them Jeff. So we have the tiniest Jeff, which is like this really tiny plushy toy thing that's rainbow colored. It's really cute. Just imagine like a really tiny mouse or a hamster that's like the size of your trigger finger. It's basically just rainbow colored and fluffy. I've named that literally the tiniest Jeff. I got that like, I think 6 months ago when she was born. And then we've got Double Jeff, which is literally an octopus, which has rainbow colors, and you can turn it inside out and it becomes really moody. It's rainbow colored on the outside, which is really smiley, and then you can like flip it and turn it inside out and it's purple on the inside with a frowny face. So that's Double Jeff. Oh, my little bro has one of those, says Sammy. Nice. I didn't even know what it was. Like, I just looked at it in the shop, like, for the hospital. And it's just like, yeah, so anyway, it's an octopus that you can turn inside out and it's rainbow colored. I'm so having that. Oh, grip. Let's try this one as like a 14, maybe? Actually, no. 18? 18 will do. Really, just give me an AU. Just any AU? You just want to draw anything from an AU? Because if that's the case, Undertale Flowey. Swap fell. Either that, or either Undertale Flowey, or Core Frisk. Oh yeah, I need to watch Underverse again. Seriously, I was like, I'm missing out on Underverse and the extended stuff from was it Crosstail or X-Tail? I need to watch those again because they were so enjoyable. Well, let's see. You really are Dave, says Sammy. Wait, what? I mean, I like being Dave. Despite everything, you're still Dave. At this point, you'll have me quoting Ralsei? You really are, Dave. You're missing out. No, I've watched Underverse and, well, all of Underverse up until its most recent stuff, and I've seen all of Cross or X-Tail, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Yeah, it was a while back when I saw everything, so I'm gonna have to go over everything again because it's so good. X-Tail? No, it's Ninja Tail. Yeah, what is it? Is it X-Tail or Cross-Tail? Because obviously, X-Tail Sans is Cross, right? It's Bleach, but Undertale. I mean, I do like Bleach. I do like Bleach, I just didn't follow it after the beat Aizen. Because why would you follow it after you've beaten the big bad? And then apparently the 1000-Year Blood War arc is just absolutely amazing. So clearly I've missed out. Me and Revenge have this little inside joke where someone says write that down and we actually do it. I won't lie, says Sammy. So what we're doing here is we're just going to be detailing this area a little bit. Ooh. Love this chill music, man. It's so good. So we need to do 4 on the bottom. This massive door is going to be so cool. Yeah, we're going to have studs either side. I'm basically doing it based off an image. I'm going to have the studs. I'm going to have like big massive door knockers. And then we're going to do the hinges and stuff. And that's going to be really cool. I just realized I should really do the studs. Oh. As duplicate linked instead, because duplicate linked allows me to do stuff without it messing up the mesh, really. Like so. Sammy says I might be drunk, I won't lie. I totally did not encourage drinking on stream. It's like the only thing I haven't. I've got a playlist of Deltarune in SM64 sound font if you want, it says Lucky. Oh, I might have to take you up on that. Because I've seen the video of it. The thing is, the reason why I play the Sonic stuff on repeat is primarily because I know it doesn't get copyrighted. Because YouTube's like that. So it's just like, oof. Oof. Which is why I keep repeating it. It might drive some people mad, but it's like, dude, at least I can get copyrighted, you know? I can do a stream and actually enjoy it. And not have it be taken down by big bad YouTube. Ooh, this giant door is gonna be so cool. Do 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 do. Actually, I better wait and do the do 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 do. Ah, thank you very much, Lucky. Memes, by the way. Memes and Lucky, because you're both in here. I just want to mention, outside of this, it's Swindle or Michael and Voidly are the only ones that have seen the sneak peeks of the new update. Because I sent, or rather I got videos uploaded a while back and showed them the intro and the memes for you, especially the real footage of Pope Undyne. I showed them that in VR chat in the cinema, and lots of laughs were had. So yeah. Oh, there we go. I do. ADHD at its finest. Oh, I can relate. So there we go, and then we'll do the door knockers now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now the question is, how tall is tutorial to this? Because I now have to essentially make the door have the knockers on, but also be able to be reached by Frisk and some of the smaller monsters. Can you bring me some food, please? Says Revenge and Kara. So what I plan on doing here, literally getting all these details for the exterior done, which is literally just the door now. Oh my god, this door is massive! I know I made New Home big, but jeez. I wanted the castle to be grand, not this grand though. There's grand and then there's holy crap. This thing is absolutely huge. I guess I'm gonna have to make the door knockers like down where Toriel is. I love the way I may have to scale up some of this. I mean, scale down, sorry. Like, look at this. I wanted big, but I didn't want a absolutely massive door like that. If I scale some of this down, it's gonna look slightly stupid, but... Let's try that. That doesn't look too bad now. It looks big, but not ridiculous like the previous one. And then I can just duplicate linked, go to mirror and go X. Okay. It's proportional. The door before that was absolutely gigantic, but that was for the portcullis. The giant thing we got going on here. This is gonna look massive to Frisk. It's gonna be nuts. I need to check these windows are proportional to Toriel. Hang on. Because I can always scale everything down depending. So one of these is roughly about there on Toriel, right? If I go to the Judgment Hall real quick, the new version, how big are these windows? Oh, dude! Everything may. Wait, what? Revenge says, Sammy, please let me out of Moody's basement. Okay. So. Okay, Toriel's head is in the middle of that if I... Right, everything is too big. The thing is, for Toriel, in the Judgment Hall, she is roughly this scale. Which does fit in with the door there. Let's see how big Toriel is compared to the rest of this now. Is she bigger than the doorways that I've made? Because if she is, that's not going to be good. Oh, she is. She's taller than the doorways. Are all these doorways at the same level? Because if they are, I can move them. She's a little too big. The castle was a little bit too big. entire thing is like absolutely massive. I don't want it to be big, but there's big, and then this looks like a set out of Lord of the Rings, you know. Tutorial feels too big. And at the moment, that's not bad, because, like, at least this bit isn't bad anyway, because Asgore is actually bigger than it. Is that how... No, it's the other one. Maybe not. That one? Nope. I think I'll roll with that, because that's not too bad. If I put Toriel on the ramparts here, it's not too crazy. The castle looks amazing. So I think what I might have to do is go like half scale and just scale it down a little bit. Because we can still have it make sense. It's just, I'm going to need to obviously make sure the door kind of works. It doesn't look absolutely massive compared to Frisk. Because Frisk is up tutorial's waist about there, right? Oh, kill him. It's about there. The whole point is getting these door knockers just at the right height. Once this door is done, we can do the interior totally different, and it will, as Todd Howard has previously said, it'll just work. I spilled my lemonade to Sammy. Oh no! Okay, let's shade flat. Really, please give me back my boiling water for the ramen. Wait, what? Funny enough, I had ramen, I think, for either lunch today or lunch yesterday. The, you know, the cup noodle stuff. I much prefer actual ramen, though. Like, having a bowl of actual ramen is so nice, especially because the bowl tends to be bigger than your head. Not had one of those bowls of ramen in literally years. I think the last time I had one was probably like 2009, maybe? Right, so we got this, and then we go... Do, 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 do. Because that's going to be the door handle there. I just need to do an object here for it. I think I might. Dave the skeleton will strike the demon down since revenging Kara. Honestly, I'm enjoying the drawings. Like, I'm enjoying Bishop Sans, Pope Undyne, and Jeff in the background. Jeff looks so cute but out of place. But that's why I like him. What I'm gonna do here is potentially bring in some other mesh that I've got. I'm glad you enjoy Sans, Sammy. It's all good, you know. I need, where's the other mesh? Okay, collection. He's immortal thanks to you. Hey, if people take the time out of their day to do me something, you know, then of course I'm going to appreciate it and show it off. I'm glad Jeff strikes the right demographic. Oh, thank you very much for that, memes. I'm just gonna have Jeff appear somewhere as well now. Have you played any Undertale fan games? I have not, but that's only because I'm worried about potentially getting viruses and stuff. Like, I do want to play them, because like there was one recently, it wasn't an Undertale one, I think it was like Deltarune. It was like a shoot 'em up one with Ralsei. But the thing is, it's like, I don't want to get any viruses on the computer, you know? I'm always very paranoid about that kind of thing. Here's a suggestion for fan games as memes. Delta Travelers. Ooh. Take the Deltarune cast and shove them into Earthbound and Undertale. Jeez. The Doom one says Lucky. I think I've seen the Doom one. I know there's a Mario 64 one as well for Deltarune. Right, what we're doing here is I'm cutting out this monster soul because we're going to use that as the door knocker. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to solidify it. Like so. Along its axis, and then what we'll do is run a loop through it. And then do that, and then I can just take all of the verts and try and have them merge together so we can do MA. Okay. Let's try and do this quickly. Oh. That moment where you have to merge all verts into center on a mesh, and you have to do it like this. Ooh. And if you mess up, you gotta do it all again. Do 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 do. We chat in a sec. I just need to It's out. Here we go. That's it. I'm breaking out Moody's basement. That's the one I sent you in the DMs, says Lucky. Ah. Let's see. Oh crap. That moment where you hit A and then you're gonna merge everything. No! Okay, now I'm gonna take a shortcut for the next bit. I'm just gonna... Oh, by the way, I don't know how many of you guys are Scott Pilgrim fans in here, but I just finished watching the Netflix series for Scott. You know, the new content for it. So good. Absolutely love Scott Pilgrim. Been a big fan ever since the film came out, and then played the video game and read the books. And that trailer for the new animated stuff for Scott Pilgrim was so good. And then I watched it all, and I'm incredibly happy right now because of it. There's the door knocker. Have you seen the FNAF movie yet? No, not yet. Do not spoil it for me, please. I want to see it with my wife, because she's a big FNAF fan. I was kind of going along with it, so... I wouldn't say I was a massive FNAF fan, but I don't mind. I played FNAF on the channel as well, so... You need to see it, I know. A lot of people have seen it in VR chat already. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, the idea was we were going to see it when it was streamable in the UK, but I don't think it's streamable yet. Really, in VR chat? Yeah, apparently, like, the day it came out, people were already streaming it in VR chat in the cinema. Yeah. Do 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 do. I like the idea that the monster soul is a or the shape of a monster soul is a door knocker there. That's actually pretty subtle but cool. It stays with the theme. You can watch in VR chat without having to pirate the movie. No, apparently it was somebody's probably got it like illegally and put it on in VR chat. You know. There's the door. That actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, there was also people actually going around in VR chat trying to spoil the film for people as well on the same day. Somebody tried doing that, so I think it was me and Lucky, and we were just like, no, go away, blah blah blah. Like, please don't spoil the film, and then next minute somebody's like, so anyway, and it's like, no, nope. So yeah, if I do like a wooden texture now, that's gonna be super cool. Okay. And then I can just move this back. Can I tell you one thing though, Sasami? Not really a spoiler. Okay. Is it a certain cameo by a certain person? Or who may or may not be a person that casually enjoys theories of a certain variety that may or may not be related to video gaming media. Okay, I think detail-wise, no, not Vampire. I still wish Matt's entire thing was the fake leak. Fake leak was so funny for FNAF, where people were saying he's in it. It's like, yeah, well, that's not faked. The fake leak was basically somebody saying that you set up the scene and it shows the outside of Freddy Fazbear's, and it shows some people going, I wonder what happened in there from the outside, you know, they're just civilians. And then this detective just walks up out of nowhere, goes, puts his cigarette out on for a moment, and then goes, I've got a theory, and it shows a picture of Matt with this detective outfit. I would have laughed my head off at that. I would have been like, dude, it sounds better than his actual role in the film. Seriously, it has me so upset that that wasn't his actual role. I've got a theory. I'm upset now. I literally wanted Matt to do that. The best thing ever. It would be better if he was a detective. It'd be such a cool thing. It'd just be so silly, but I'd totally want him to embrace that. Like, Matt, we're going for it. We're gonna have you as a detective, a sort of crime investigation person, if you will. Someone that may or may not have to come up with some theories as to what happened. And then Matt in real life is like, so you're telling me I have to come out of retirement? That would be so funny. Oh, I know the name of him in the movie. It's totally Undertale related. Yeah, that's why I said it's totally Undertale related. I know this is the ruins textures, by the way, that I'm going to be putting on the castle, but it's easy for the moment. I can desaturate them later. Or will I? It's just a theory, a game theory. There we go. New home. Oh no, wait. I need to figure out what the previous texture was that I used in actual new home. Doodle-doo-doo. There we go, New Home EX. I yelled at my dad when I saw him, and my dad recognized his voice. Revenge says, to be honest, I still can't believe that Revenge is a canon event. It was a great bonding experience for us to Sammy. Aw, that's nice. Ruins Brick 1, okay. I'm thinking I might have to import all these bricks and everything else into the actual version of New Home that I've got at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to call it there for tonight, just because I'm up to texturing, that's the easy bit. Just going to make sure that I clean up this. Hang on. Unused data blocks. Yes. And then the same with clean up recursive unused local data blocks. Okay. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to call it there. We've got all of New Home basically detailed outside of the inside of the set, which will be a lot easier to do as a separate thing. So, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much to everybody that's helped out so far, and also to Memes and Sammy for the funny artwork. Really enjoying this so far. So yeah, next time we show this off, hopefully New Home will be textured, or the majority of it, and then I'm just doing like the detail and bits. So until then, bye.